Vietnam is known to be an agriculture country, but the agricultural production in many farms is mostly in small scale. However, this isn't the case in Nghĩa Đàn district of Nghệ An province, when thousands of hectares of land is set out to grow food for thousands of cows. There's an Israeli man who has greatly contributed to this project and for years has been dedicating his effort to modernize Vietnam's agriculture. His name is Rami Offer. So in today's Expat Living, let's meet up with him and see the changes he has brought to this area. Hello Rami,
Hi.
Nice to see you today.
To see you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, perfect.
Okay, so I can't believe you make this happen. Thousands of hectares to grow food for milking cows.
Well, growing the food is the basis to have a dairy farm, and we have field crops here, and we brought in Israelis' concepts of field crops growing. We brought machinery from outside Vietnam, and we start planning and to see that we have constant supply of food that makes the dairy farm have the food all the time. This is like the big storage place, or the growing place. This is a mulatto, but we have here also Mombasa grass, Mombasa Guinea grass, but the main crop that we are looking for is maize, corn and sorghum, which is easier to silage, and then it is kept for longer time. So we harvest a couple of times a year, but we can feed from this harvest some months.
Despite the fact that the geography of Israel is not naturally conducive to agriculture, the country is a major exporter of fresh produce and a world leader in agricultural technologies. Today, agriculture represents 2.5% of the country's total GDP and 3.6% of its exports. While agricultural workers account for just 3.7% of the workforce, Israel produces 95% of its own food requirements. And now Vietnam is starting to apply the latest scientific technologies from Israel to breathe new life into the country's long-standing but not highly efficient agriculture sector. The dairy farm in Nghệ An province is one of the first to go. With a vast experience in multidisciplinary projects and senior managerial positions, Rami Offer was in charge of setting up this dairy farm project from the very start. During the first phase, the farm with high-tech applications was built on an area of around 1,500 hectares, and its operations are currently worth $1.2 billion. So back in 2009, how was it like here?
Over here it was completely covered with rubber trees, and it was a big operation to take off the rubber trees, to dig the trunks out, to prepare the soil and to make it ready for seeding.
Really?
And this took a couple of months to do it because the pace of taking out the roots, the trunks, was very complicated, and we just made it.
Over large areas, irrigation can be a problem. This is simply solved by the center pivot irrigation system, the first of its kind on this scale to be introduced into Vietnam. This is totally controlled by computer.
This is 300 meters long, So it irrigates 600 meters. And in the corners you have a gun sprinkler, so it covers these triangles left between the circle and the edges or the borders of the square. And so it covers 600 meters wide, 600 meters long, so it's like 36 hectares. Although it is quite costly, but it's still beneficial to do with these. And of course in the different seasons, if you want constant supply of food, you need to have food no matter when. So these irrigation systems helps us to produce food all along the year.
The system not only gives the same amount of water for each square meter, but also mixes fertilizer with water to enrich the soil. So in a short period of time, the project industrial scale of dairy milk production has become the biggest one in Southeast Asia. Here I am at the logistics center and we're going to take a trip inside to see how big it is with our own eyes. The logistics center provides owner services for the cows. It includes a feed center with a capacity of 500 tons of food per day, a wastewater treatment plant to treat 1,500 cubic meters per day, a water treatment facility that can treat 3,000 cubic meters per day, and a compost plant capable of treating 500 cubic meters per day. Food for dairy cows is one of the key issues for any dairy farm. Here at the feed center, the farmers can produce 600 tons of food per day for the 4 sheds every day
now
around the year.
You can understand. That was corn before. Now you can understand why the animal are. Look, smell it. It has like alcohol inside.
Yes.
Given to the animals on a daily basis. And
the cows face a high risk of being affected by diseases and viruses when feeding on grass in open field. However, here the food is silage, based on a formula suggested by nutritional experts. It can help control virus reproduction. The cows seem to like it as much as ice cream. The center is controlled by Israeli experts.
Here, compared to Vietnamese agriculture, we have our own field crops. Okay, so we take land, big scale of land, and we plant big fields, not working in family fields like usually. Also in the farm, we do it in big quantities. Okay, we're building big farms, concentrate the cows in one area, and compared to other farms in Vietnam, it's also multiply many times.
These high-tech machines are making the process of treating hundreds of tons of food per day for thousands of cows much easier. This can be seen all over the world, but is now being applied in Vietnam.
It's not only the technology, it's also the know-how and the operation, how to do it and how to implement. It's not a thing that happens in one day. It takes time. If you think that you just sell technologies and hit and run, that's not the business. The business is here to implement, to train, and to dedicate time to this. And it's working. It's not stories.
Rami Offer understands every detail of the plant like the back of his hand. Israel is a leader in milk production per cow with 11,500 liters per year, which is in marked contrast to Vietnam's 3,500 liters per year prior to the project. A large number of high-quality dairy cows have been imported from well-known dairy countries such as New Zealand, Uruguay, and Canada. Here, 12 dairy farms supporting herds of 2,400 cows each are divided in 4 clusters. The number of dairy cow totals 29,000, and there's also a similar number of heifers in different ages. Cows are raised in a centralized and fully controlled farm.
So in these sheds you have the bedding place where they eat, and also and this food is coming from the feed center that we visited before. They have a lot of water, everything that is convenient for them, so all of their energy is gone to produce milk.
Cooling the cows is the big problem in a hot country like Vietnam, as cows are sensitive animals.
It's a ventilators with sprinklers that showers the cow. This is showers the cows daily, and it's air conditioned for them. And if they are cool, so they can produce more milk, because a cow cannot sweat like we do. Cow is coming with a coat built in, because we make coat from cow leather. So they don't know how to sweat, so we have to help them to reduce the heat and to cool themselves.
And now comes to the most important step of a dairy farm, milking. These monitoring chips from Israel have also been applied.
They have a chip attached to the leg, and with this they are identified. It's been transmitted to the pores over here.
Okay.
And we know which number of cow it is, and we know what is the quantity she gave in each session of milking, what is the quality, and if there is any problem, then the cow is being sorted on her way out to the shed. She's been sorted to a treatment place where veterinarians will treat her. They get a report, what kind of identification she received, because they get immediately report from the computer, and they are treated. If there's something severe, is going to the hospital, and if not, she gets the treatment and goes back to her own shed.
Having invested in cutting-edge technology, the milking parlor is able to generate 180 tons a day of milk to the processing plant. The Vietnamese workers here are accompanied by Israeli staff to foster the training process.
The people who came to work in the farm, most of them young people that didn't know anything about farm before, about dairy farm before. And in 2 years, right now, we got 5 actually, Vietnamese manager in each farm, because we have all 5 farms now. And they do it very good, very well.
Some of the main positions are now held by Vietnamese staff, and the managers here give priorities to the local people. Liu Hoài Nam is one of the first Vietnamese managers of the farms.
Họ làm việc với nỗ lực hết mình, rất là tận tụy và hết lòng, giống như là người thầy dạy bảo bọn mình luôn, tức là trong cái thời gian từ đầu đến cuối luôn. Thế khi mà bây giờ cái giai đoạn mà sắp hết cái giai đoạn chuyển giao thì gần như là tất cả các kiến thức của họ đã truyền sang cho đội ngũ người Việt rồi.
Actually, they understand very good, very intelligent people in the farm. When have good contact between the people, they understand very good. Sometimes no need to talk.
Vietnamese people are very capable, and there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources here. We were able to make a friendship. Not only, teacher and pupil are coming here. It's something that we share. And once you can transfer your vision where you want to come, and you have the patience to do it, you can do it.
Khi cái dự án hình thành thì đều có dấu ấn của ông Rami.
Rami có kiến thức rất là tốt về dự án, về trang trại.
Rami is the one who push.
He is like a wheel loader. He know how to push, he know how to build, he know how to move things and to make it to happen.
So after finishing the project at JH Dairy Farm, Rami offer continues to take on challenges to bring about new technologies from Israel to Vietnam. So here's a look at the recent seminar to connect enterprises of the two countries. Being held by the Business Development Vietnam Israel or BDVI, the conference aims to introduce Israel technologies to Vietnam. It attracted more than 40 Vietnamese enterprises to explore cooperation opportunities.
So in this conference I'm focusing in plastic industry because the plastic, I believe, it's like the engine of many other industries, because many plastic products, if they are of good quality, can replace our traditional products like metal that get rust. If you use a good quality of plastic pipes, so you can gain more.
Mesoplast has been a leading Israeli company for providing groundbreaking, innovative solutions in the irrigation industry. The company represented Israeli enterprises to take part in this conference.
Our main thing in this visit is to show to the Vietnamese people that we can work with them together in few ways. First of all, to make a better irrigation, and the second thing is to do a cooperation that we will start to manufacture our products here in Vietnam. We want to find a good partnership here in Vietnam that then we can do a good cooperation and, as I said, try to manufacture our product under our technology here in Vietnam.
Rami's great effort and commitment in bringing Israeli technologies to Vietnam are highly appreciated.
Tôi cho là ông Rami có một cái nỗ lực rất lớn, cá nhân chúng tôi đánh giá rất tích cực ông. Vì chuyển giao một cái công nghệ vào một đất nước không đơn giản. Khi đưa cái công nghệ của Expat vào thì ông Rami đã không những chỉ chuyển giao công nghệ đơn thuần, ông ấy chuyển giao theo chúng tôi công nghệ chiến lược. Đấy là cái cách quản lý của một doanh nghiệp. Cái nhìn, có cái tầm nhìn với một doanh nghiệp. Cái thứ hai là cái công nghệ quản lý và cuối cùng là công nghệ kỹ thuật.
It's not easy. But I am putting a lot of effort because I believe due to the success we already have, it is possible, and with the right way and right assistance and support from Vietnamese companies or government, we can implement here technologies and for the benefit of the Vietnamese people first of all and the economy.
As a farmer before and now a project developer in Vietnam, Rami continues to contribute to development of the agricultural production in the country where he feels attached to. Luzerne garlic is famous for its smell and taste, which is second to none. To grow such unique garlic, the farmers here have to work very hard. And also, the secret lies in the combination of sea sand and broken pieces of coral, which create the hot taste unique to Luzerne garlic. So in our Vietnam at a glance today, let's learn more about this unique produce, Luzerne garlic.
Located about 30 kilometers from the city of Quảng Ngãi, Luzerne can only be reached by sea transport. It takes 2 hours on the fishing boat to approach the island, which is about 10 square kilometers in size. Luzerne easily captures visitors' hearts for the beauty of the sea and sky. But the thing that struck people most is garlic. It appears everywhere, in the garden, in the street, in the market. When was this plant grown in the island? And how is it special? Hello! I'm traveling here and I see garlic dried everywhere.
Garlic is our main agricultural product here.
Are there many families involving in growing garlic?
Around 80%.
Do you have garlic fields?
Yes, I do.
Well, please allow me to join you in the fields and learn about Luzerne garlic.
Okay, let's go now.
Farmers in Luzerne have to go far to collect rich soil for their garlic. Where are we going to go first?
We will collect rich soil first. We need rich soil for the field. Here, we can get the rich soil here. It's very good.
Do you often have to collect rich soil?
At least once a year.
Let's go home now. After removing exhausted soil, enrich the field with garlic leaves as kind of compost. Fine soil is then evenly layered on the garlic leaves. Next is to level the soil and garlic leaves. Finally, the white sand is layered on all. Garlic will be grown as quick as possible here. How long is a crop of garlic?
Around 4 months.
I just picked up strange garlic bulbs. They look much smaller than the others.
They are small because they got little nutrition from the soil. These small garlic bulbs just include only 1 clove each, but they are tasty, much better than others.
A crop of Lison garlic starts in October and ends in mid-February. 1960s was the heyday of garlic in Lison. Value of some tens of kilos of garlic was equal to a tael of gold. Lison was dubbed the Kingdom of Garlic since then. Despite difficulties, people in Lison have been closely attached to the garlic for generations. Storms, cruel sun, and drought can't prevent the development of the garlic here. It proves the spirit and hard work of people here.
On to our segment of Time Out today. This week, our guide Thanh Vân has a good suggestions to spend her time in a baking cake class. Let's join her and see how she's gonna deal with the experience.
Hi there, nice to see you again for another edition of Time Out. Are you wondering where we're going this week? So everyone loves cake, right? Let's follow me to a cake baking class where we can make lovely cookies and cakes ourselves. I've got a plan to make a birthday cake for my son's birthday, which is gonna be a big surprise for him. It's so great to enjoy a homemade cake, especially from someone you love, right? So let's go. I'm joining a cupcake baking course. Everyone in the class is focused and excited. I was surprised to witness an enthusiastic boy trying to make a cake by himself.
Mình thấy học làm bánh thì nó cũng rất đơn giản thôi. Lý do mình đến đây học làm bánh là lý do là mình rất thích ăn bánh. Mình muốn tự tay làm những chiếc bánh để tặng cho cô ấy.
I love watching baking show and I love eating sweets. And I figure being able to make my own cake would be an amazing experience that I can show my friends when I go back to college. So I applied to this class.
Hi, I'm Kim Soo-jung and I'm from Korea. I actually really like baking, but I've never successfully made a cake. So I'm trying to learn it from a professional. I have this boy I like and I'm trying to make him a cake to surprise him for his birthday. I feel like it's really relaxing to make a cake, to mix all it together and then like see this beautiful thing coming out of the oven. It's so like satisfying.
After 14 minutes waiting, the cupcakes were ready to be removed from the oven. And everybody longs to decorate their cakes in their own unique style.
Đây là chiếc bánh mình tự tay làm ra để mình tặng bạn gái mình, chắc bạn gái mình nhận được bạn gái mình sẽ rất là vui.
here are the final products, which look amazing. Now they can take time to enjoy their own handmade cakes right here with a cup of tea or coffee.
It's amazing. Every 2 hours, I have my own products, my own cakes to share with my friends here.
Ở đây thì bọn em dạy có 3 loại, đó là gato, cupcake và cookie. Có giá từ khoảng 320 cho đến 380 một loại bánh, và nó bao gồm có cả tiền nguyên liệu và tiền học rồi. Các bạn đến đây học thôi, và khi học xong thì mình đều mang cái sản phẩm đấy về. Và khi học thì mình sẽ được tự tay mình làm từ đầu đến cuối. Ở đây thì bọn em cũng tương đối là khá là nhiều học viên đến. Thì dù có cả học viên nước ngoài và những học viên chủ yếu là tuổi teen là nhiều.
Yeah, now finally it's my turn to make my birthday cake for my son, and I'm too excited. Okay, let's start.
Đầu tiên mình sẽ phải tách lòng đỏ với lòng trắng lên ra nhé. Em sẽ tách một sạch sẽ.
To make a ghetto, you need 2 eggs, 45 grams of flour, 45 grams of corn flour, sugar, milk, and oil. Firstly, you mix the yolk with sugar and whisk them together. Then put the flour, milk, and oil in this mixture. Whisk the egg whites until it turns to a foam, then mix them together.
I want my cake to express my love for my son, so I choose a heart shape for my birthday cake. And now I'm gonna put this ghetto in the oven and wait for 45 minutes in 180 degrees. Then finally I'm gonna have my product. Yeah, after 45 minutes waiting, and now I'm gonna decorate for this pure ghetto. And this is my final product. I have to say thank you so much for having me. And after 2 hours, now I got my meaningful gift for my son's birthday. And I'm sure that he's gonna feel so happy to see this. We hope you enjoy our show today. And if you have some time out, just try to make a cake yourself. See you again next week with many other destinations to discover. Goodbye for now.
And that brings us to the end of our Expat Living for today. I hope you have enjoyed our trip to the dairy farm project in Nghệ An province to taste the garlic in Lý Sơn Islands, as well as join the baking class here in Hanoi. If you have any suggestions or comments, please send to our email address as always at expatliving@vtv.vn. Thank you very much and see you again.